everyone, welcome to my channel and thank you for taking the time to watch this video. So this is another episode in my deck reviews series, and I hope you've been watching all the other ones, and I hope you've purchased some of the decks that I have shown you and are enjoying using it. Today I'm going to bring you the Art Nouveau Tarot, and this is quite an old deck actually. It's been published in 2002 by Lo Scarabeo, and it is a deck by Antonella Castelli. It was an Italian published deck, and it's got the Art Nouveau style of it, so a lot of floral work going on in it, and it's a really beautiful deck, lovely colors in it. So it comes in this standard box, and not the best of boxes, I might add, so be very careful when you're looking out for the box. I find these boxes break on the bottom quite easily, so just be careful how you look after this deck. But it's a very pink pastel background, and it's got a lot of floral work on it. You've got the Justice card on the front of it over there. It tells you a little bit about the deck. It's a 78 card deck, and it's really pretty actually. So let's get going with it. So the cards themselves are all standard size. They're about 6.6 by about 12 centimeters. We'll go through the cards just now. It comes in that 78 card deck. There's 2 extra cards because of it being printed as 80 cards. One is an advertisement, this card here, and the other card just tells you a little bit about the deck. It's got the picture of the Justice on the back of the cards as well. Now it's a little white book. It's very standard, and it comes in about 5 different languages there. You've got English, Italian, French, Spanish, and German. And it gives you a little spread over there in the beginning. It tells you a little bit about the Art Nouveau style, and how to actually look at the cards themselves. And then it takes you through the major arcana, very brief outline of each and every single card in the major arcana. And then you go through the minor arcana. So it's got the cups, which is chalices, the pentacles, the wands, as well as the swords, and just gives you a little rundown about each card. There are no pictures within this little white book. It's small enough to put it into your handbag, carry it in your back pocket, and just read through it. And it's a quick read as well, so pretty easy to actually get through that information. Not a lot, and it's very standard as well, that bit of information. So the cards themselves, like I said, about 6.6 by about 12 centimeters. They come with a reasonable card stock. They've got a slightly shiny surface, not too shiny so that they don't fly all over the place. And like I said, the back has got that Justice card on picture of the Justice card on the back over there, with a slightly floral design as well going around that. You've got a white border, and the major arcana have got the Roman numerals there and the title of the card in on the corners. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 titles on the card over there, and that goes to the major arcana. And then you've got the minor arcana, which has got the numbers in Arabic numerals there, and also the titles on the corners over there with its white border. So it's a very pleasant looking deck as well. The cards, the colors are all pastels, and very ornately decorated, this particular deck. It follows the traditional rider-waite system. So once you learn rider-waite, you can almost use any deck and get your meanings from the cards. So pretty easy for you to start reading from this particular deck. So I'll just take you through the deck itself, and this is the full card. Then you've got the Magician. It's got all these symbols there, so it's got that rider-waite symbology going through it. This is the High Priestess, the Empress, the Emperor, the Hierophant, the Lovers. This is the Chariot. You can see the Chariot there, so it's got that traditional picture, but it's drawn slightly differently from the rider-waite decks, but all the symbology is there. This is the Justice card, and you can see this is on the back of each and every card. The cards, because they've got the Justice sitting up, you can't really reverse these cards, so you have to read them in the upright there. So really non-reversible. You've got the Hermit, the Wheel of Fortune, or it's called the Wheel, the Strength card. This is the Hanged Man, Death, Temperance, the Devil. And the way the cards are illustrated, they're not offensive or they're not scary. They're really, really pretty to work with. So really lovely colors coming through. But, you know, they've got this really calm way of looking at things. You've got the Tower, the Stars, the Moon, the Sun, Judgment, the World. So those are the major arcana. And the minor arcana, this is the Ace of Wands, or number 1, the 2 of Wands, the 3 of Wands, the 4 of Wands, the 5 of Wands, the 6 of Wands, the 7 of Wands, the 8 of Wands, the 9 of Wands, and the 10 of Wands. So you've got the wands on the side there in a little block to see what it is. Then this is the Knave of Wands, the Knight of Wands, the Queen of Wands, and the King of Wands. This is this cup suit called Chalices. So this is the 1, or the Ace of Chalices, the 2 of Chalices, 3 of Chalices, 4 of Chalices, 5 of Chalices, 6 of Chalices, the 7 of Chalices, the 8 of Chalices, the 9 of Chalices, and the 10 of Chalices. Now these are slightly different from the rider-waite decks. They've got different sort of diagram, different drawings there really. But there is, you know, once you've learned to rider-waite, you can apply that to these particular cards. This is the Knave of Chalices, the Knight of Chalices, Queen of Chalices, and the King of Chalices. This is the Ace of Pentacles, or 1 of Pentacles, the 2 of Pentacles, the 3 of Pentacles, the 4 of Pentacles, the 5 of Pentacles, the 6 of Pentacles, 7 of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles, the 9 of Pentacles, and the 10 of Pentacles. Then you've got the Knave of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles. This is the Sword suit. This is the Ace, or the 1 of Swords, the 2 of Swords, the 3 of Swords, the 4 of Swords, the 5 of Swords, 6 of Swords, 7 of Swords, 8 of Swords, 9 of Swords, and this is the 10 of Swords. This is the Knave of Swords, the Knight of Swords, the Queen of Swords, and finally the King of Swords. So the minor arcana are slightly different. You know, you do have to, they deviate quite a bit from the rider-waite symbology, but they have new symbology in them. That makes the cards very interesting to read. And you can use your intuition quite a bit when you're reading it. Things will jump out at you when you're looking at the cards. So don't be deterred if it deviates too much from the rider-waite decks. Now, this deck might be something that is more for advanced readers or intermediate readers, as opposed to if you're just starting out the tarot. So it's best to start off with rider-waite, tarot decks first, and then you can get to read all of these other decks, but it just opens the doors for so much of other decks that you can use by learning that rider-waite symbology, and you can apply that. But also looking at the cards themselves, you will be learning or seeing a lot more different kind of messages coming through. You can actually access your intuition and see what jumps out at you, and this is the thing on how you read cards rather than just reading standard text. So although you have basic meanings of the cards, it's very important for you to actually look at the card when you're reading a deck. And that is the thing that makes your readings, or will make your readings, very different from everybody else, as opposed to going through whatever standard meanings are. So it's always good to have a good grounding, and once you have a good foundation, then you can start reading different meanings in the cards and seeing the different messages that are coming through. And bear in mind that all the decks, when they're drawn, the artist also is channeling. So you are channeling messages from the person who's actually written the decks, as well as the artist that has drawn the decks. And you must pay attention and give credit to the artists, because they spend a lot of time drawing the decks as well. So they're bringing out messages. So it's no use just reading up the standard meanings. It's also very important to look at the artwork within a deck. And it must appeal to you. A lot of times in the past, I've ended up buying decks that I thought I would use because they were popular decks, and then I found that I couldn't relate to the decks. So it's important for you to pick decks, look at the decks carefully, look at these deck reviews to see what jumps out at you and what you relate to. You can almost see whether you resonate with the cards or not. The cards themselves are talking. They are almost live energy. They do have personalities, and they are giving messages. So it's important for you to listen to these messages and also look at the cards very carefully to see what messages are coming through. So this is a very beautiful deck, and I hope you do give this a try. And I hope you enjoy using this particular deck. So thank you so much for watching. I'll put in the links to Amazon and eBay where you can purchase the decks. So go through these links and view the deck and see if you want to decide whether you decide to purchase it or not. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and leave me some comments if you are enjoying this particular series. And thank you so much for watching. Take care now. Goodbye.